One thing that is bothering me about these recent Black Lives Matter protests is that they ignore the fact that there have been numerous documented cases of excessive police brutality resulting in the deaths of people who were white. These deaths apparently don't matter. So I'm going to list some of these names of white victims of police brutality who were murdered by police officers. Robert Dziekanski, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that properly. A man of Polish descent was murdered on October 14th, 2007 during an arrest at the Vancouver International Airport in BC. He was frustrated with the airport staff, and members of the RCMP encountered him in the airport, and they pinned him down, handcuffed him, and tased him excessively. And he died of a heart attack because they pinned him down and continuously tasered him. So again, this guy, white, Polish immigrant, who was murdered by police in Vancouver. And the cops, they made an apology, but there were no charges. Second case, Dillon Taylor. He was a white guy in Utah. There's actually video footage of the murder in this case. He was simply walking around and some cop came up behind him and shot him several times for basically almost pretty much no reason in particular. This was in 2014 in Utah, and the judge actually dismissed the case and said that the city did not violate any laws or constitutional rights by shooting him. And this is on video. You can look it up on YouTube. You can see the actual video of Dillon Taylor being murdered. But again, nobody gives a fuck about him because he's white. So that's another one. Okay, third one. Daniel Shaver. He was from Texas, and he was murdered by a police officer at a hotel in Arizona. This one is very well documented. There's video footage of it online where he's basically pushing him around and having him do this elaborate Simon Says game of instructions. And when this guy's the victim, Daniel Shaver, was crawling around on the floor, the police officer brutally shot him with an automatic weapon because he was trying to pull up his pants. And this, again, this is online. You can find the video yourself. This happened in 2016. The victim's name is Daniel Shaver. Fourth case, Justine Rusczyk, a 40-year-old Australian-American woman. I assume she's of Polish descent or something of that sort, judging by her name. She was fatally shot by a police officer, Mohammed Noor, after she called 911 to report what she believed was an assault of a woman in an alley nearby her house. So the cops showed up, and this one police officer, Mohammed Noor, who's of Somali descent, shot her and killed her. And this was in 2017 in Minneapolis, which is the same city where the recent riots have started. So yeah, that's just 4 cases. Like, honestly, I'm sure there have been many more cases like these, but 4 off the top of my head that we know about. And yeah, but their lives don't matter because they're white. Nobody gives a fuck. White people are not going to riot on their behalf because white people are individualists who only care about themselves, and they don't care about other people who look like them. That's just the sad reality of the truth. Nobody cares about these people, and they were murdered by police officers as well. And again, this is probably just the tip of the iceberg, because who knows how many more have been killed that we don't know about. Like, police brutality is an endemic issue in the United States and Canada, but it's not just a black issue. It's just an endemic issue, period.